Hello, 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 you guys. Welcome to this episode of Tea and Teachings every Friday inside of this Facebook group. I am so excited today because what I want to share with you guys, what I want to talk about is cultivating your own version of food freedom. Your own version of food freedom, because all of you guys are working towards freedom, right? All of you guys are here. You are wanting a better relationship with food. You are wanting to end binge eating. All of you guys here have the same goal of wanting to be free from food struggles. You want to stop yo-yo dieting. You want a better relationship with food. You want to regain your control back, right? Like that's what you want. But that is more a broad perspective. I want you to get so specific on what you want for yourself. Hey, Agnes. Hey, Jen. If you're watching, say hello in the chat. I love to know who is hopping on. So all of you guys want freedom. All of you guys want to stop binge eating. All of you guys want a better relationship with food. But what does that look like for you? So for example, for me specifically, I never wanted food freedom to just be able to like eat more sweets. Or like, I want to be able to like eat junk and like eat cake and chocolate and chips. Like, yes, I wanted to be able to eat those foods without guilt, but I wanted freedom more specifically because I was impulsive. Like I had these urges. I was sick and tired of weighing my food. I was sick and tired of starting my diet every single Monday. I was exhausted, feeling like a failure every single time that I binged. So I wanted freedom to just be free, to stop thinking about food all day long, to just like literally eat like a normal human. I'm like, that's literally what I want, you know? So again, it's like everyone, all of you guys are here working towards a binge-free life, working towards freedom with food. But what does that look like for you? Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Agnes. Jen's here. Carolyn. So for example, a few weeks ago, so every week on Thursday, I go to the farmer's market. It's like the best thing. I love going to the farmer's market. And one of the guys that worked there asked me if I've ever tried cotton candy grapes. Have you guys tried cotton candy grapes? Let me know in the chat. And I was like, no, I've actually never tried them, but like I heard that they were really good. And he's like, try one. This was like 8 in the morning. And he's like, try one. And I was like, okay. I took the cotton candy grape and I just ate it. It seemed so simple, but a few years ago, I wouldn't have eaten it. Oh, well, it's 8 a.m. and like I don't want to like spike my blood sugar, and like I'm not having protein with it, so it's gonna spike my blood sugar. And oh my gosh, cotton candy in a grape, like that's not gonna be good for me. I literally would have not eaten one grape. They taste just like cotton candy, 100%. My kids are obsessed, very sweet, yes, right? It's the little things like that where I'm like, I want to be able to just do that and not be like, oh, no, sorry, I can't try the grape. I'm like, yes, I want to try it and just move on with the day. Not like, oh, well, my eating window doesn't start until 11 a.m. So it's 8 a.m. So I can't eat for another 3 hours. Like, no. Even yesterday when I went to the farmer's market, there was like these big ass grapes. I posted on my Instagram story. They were like these big grapes, green grapes. And I love grapes. I love, love, love grapes. And I went with Andrew and I'm like, we're going to get some grapes this week. Like not even thinking. It was just like, I want the grapes. I'm going to buy the grapes. But a few years ago, I wouldn't have bought in grapes because, oh, well, it's too high in sugar. Well, you should only have blueberries. And like, do you really need it? Like maybe this week, I would have been in my head. So it's little things like that, hey, Caroline, I miss you, Caroline. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Give us an update in the membership. Hey, Rebecca. So it's like, it seems so simple, but I no, you don't want food freedom to just eat whatever you want. That's not what you actually want. And I'm almost certain of that. It's like what you want is to be free from the obsession. What you want is to stop feeling like a failure every single week. What you want is to just eat without thinking, right? So that's why I wanted a healthy relationship with food. Even tomorrow, it's Andrew's mom's birthday. We're going out for dinner, and they're like, "Where do you want to go?" And I'm like, "I don't care. Like, it's not my birthday." But before, I would have been like, "Okay, we're going to go at this time, and I'm going to look at the menu, and it needs to be at this place because this place has this food that I want." Like, I would have been crazy. So I want you to drop down below. What do you want? What is your ideal version of food freedom? What does that look like? What does that feel like for you? Maybe you want freedom so that you don't think about food all day long. Maybe you want to start taking better care of your health and you're like, I want freedom because I don't want to, like, binging is actually impacting my health. Maybe you want to be a better example to your kids. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to travel and you're like, I want to try out different different cultures and different foods. And like, I want to be able to do that without stress. What do you want? Can you drop it down below? What is your ideal version of food freedom? Because again, all of you guys are working towards freedom. But as you're going to see in the chat, everyone's version of freedom is going to be different. What makes you happy? What do you value? What do you care about? Not what should I be doing? Oh, well, food freedom is supposed to look like this. Food freedom, there's not like, okay, guys, this is what freedom with food looks like. You can customize it to you. What do you want? What's going to make you happy? Do you actually want dessert at the restaurant or no? Do you actually want to eat ice cream every single day or no? Do you want to travel around the world and eat all the delicious food or are you like, no, like that's not a thing for me? Sometimes we can get trapped and like, oh, what is she doing? Like, oh, she's traveling and she's going all these other places and she's, she's traveling and she's eating all this food. Like, I want that. Or like, wow, she eats dessert every single day. Like, I want that. But like, do you actually want that? I used to get trapped in like, oh, well, this is what she's doing. Maybe I should be doing that. And what happened was I used to see people on social media, like going to like restaurants and eating like pizza every day and like ice cream every day. And then I used to think, well, if she has that food freedom, like that's what I need to be doing. So I remember at one point, it's like Andrew and I went to the restaurant like multiple times each week, and I would eat ice cream even though I didn't really want it. But I'm like, oh, well, that's food freedom. No, I didn't actually want that. If I was gonna go out for dinner, I wanted to do it without thinking twice. But I didn't want to be going multiple times. I love home cooked meals. I didn't want to eat dessert every single time. But it's like, if I want something, I'm going to get it. But you might have this vision of what you believe food freedom should look like. It might not be what you want. What makes you happy? What do you actually want? Because there's not a manual that says, okay, Nikki, if you want food freedom, you need to eat like this. And Rebecca and Cindy and Jen and Agnes, if you want food freedom, this is what it has to look like. There's not a manual. This is the best part about food freedom is you get to cultivate your own version of food freedom. And if something isn't in alignment for you, that's okay. I never wanted to eat chips and chocolate and candy 9,000,000 times per day. But if I was craving some chocolate, I wanted to eat it without thinking twice. Let's see in the chat here. Jen says mental space, not thinking about food all the time, being present and enjoying holidays and meals, freedom to be spontaneous and not feel anxious. Yes, yes, yes. Cindy, I want to eat normally and enjoy foods whenever, take care of my body, have energy and self-love. Yes. Right? Yes. Rebecca, I want to stop obsessing over thinking about food and self-control. 100%. 100%. And I want to remind you of this. You can have this. It's not far off. You're not asking for too much. You can have the exact freedom, the exact version of freedom that you desire. You want to travel and explore all different cultures without stressing, you can have that. You want to eat the same meals as your family, you can have that. You want to cultivate self-love and take really good care of your body and have energy every single day, you can have that. You want to eat the majority of your meals home cooked because it makes you feel your best, you can have that. Drop below in the chat, I can have this. Drop below in the chat, I can have this. Whatever it is that you desire, your version of food freedom, you can have that. It's not far off. You're not asking for too much. You can have that. It doesn't matter what somebody else wants. When you get so crystal clear on what you want, you know where you're going, you know what you're working towards, guess what? You can stay in your own lane. If you really want to prioritize your health, and then you see people on the internet eating Pop-Tarts every day, and you're like, I don't want that, that's okay. You stay in your own lane. But what happens, hey Nadia, hey Nora, what happens is when you don't stay in your own lane and you try to do what somebody else is doing, it's like you end up not feeling good. So for example, when I used to see people eating like Pop-Tarts every day and they're like food freedom, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and like buy all this, like I'm gonna buy a bunch of Pop-Tarts and all these things. And I started eating them and I'm like, I don't feel good. I don't want this. But you don't have to have that. You can have what you want. Some of you guys have bloating issues. Some of you guys have other health issues. You need to be mindful of certain foods. Don't compare what anyone else is eating. If it's not a priority to you, you don't need to do it. You're all working towards a binge-free life. But how you will get there and what you want, what you need to focus on is going to be different from person to person. Right? Even somebody in the membership asked yesterday about a question of like, if I'm wanting something sweet before bed, but like, I don't want a sugar rush, like I actually want to be able to sleep, like, is it okay if I maybe don't have something sweet before bed? And I'm like, 100%. Because she values energy. She wants a good sleep. She wants to take good care of her body. Some people might see that as restriction. But how does it feel for you? How does it feel for your body? Your version of food freedom is going to look different. Stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. Put own lane in the chat. Own lane. I'm going to stay in my own lane. I'm not going to worry about what she's doing or what she's eating. Like what's a value of mine? What's a priority of mine? When you're out with your friends and you see somebody in a really nice body, it's easy to believe my body's not good enough. She looks better than me. But you don't know what she's going through or what you're going through. You're in your own, like you're healing your relationship with food. That's your focus. Her main focus might be building strength in the gym and going to the gym 7 days per week. Is that what you want? Is that what's most important for you? When you stay in your own lane, you don't get trapped in comparison mode because you're like, this is what I want and I'm going after it, baby. I used to go to the gym 7 days per week. Now I just work out at home, but I used to see people at the gym and I'm like, damn, like, look at her. She looks amazing. And then I'm like, wait, slow down a minute. What do you want? You know what? I actually don't value being in the gym 7 days per week. You know what? I actually don't value having no life and meal prepping all day and living in my kitchen and then living in the gym and then doing cardio every single, like, I don't value that anymore. What I want most is energy and balance and freedom and not spending my entire days in the gym. Like, I want hobbies outside of the gym. So even when it comes to exercise, what do you want? What is your ideal version of movement? What does that look like for you? Maybe for you, you're like, you know what? I want to get to the gym 3 days per week. Or maybe you're like, I really want to focus on mobility and stretching. Like, that's very important for me. Maybe you want to do weights often. Maybe you want to do more walking. You get to decide. And guess what? When you are so convicted and you are so excited about what it is that you want and you're staying in your own lane, somebody can tell you that they're training for a marathon and they're starting to run every single day and you're like, great, I don't want that. Good for you. I don't want that. What do you want in terms of movement? Drop it down below. What do you want in terms of movement? What is your ideal relationship with movement look like? Maybe again, it's moving your body 3 times per week. It's getting more flexible. Maybe it's stretching more. Maybe you're like, I love weights. I actually want to become stronger. I want to feel strong. When you know what you want, you can stay in your own lane. It doesn't matter taking classes, feeling strong, mental health, right? And this can change. This can change. Like, at one point in your life, you were like, I just need that freaking number on the scale to go down. And now you're like, I need to go to the gym to clear my mind. Maybe before it was like, I need to check off the box. I need to go to the gym every single day. And now you're like, I'm being more intuitive. And you know what? I've been loving walks outside. Staying in a routine, working out weekly, moving my body every day, right? I haven't done an intense cardio workout in a long time. I used to do intense cardio workouts all the time. And now I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not do that, right? So it's like, it could be a value for you one time, and now you're like, it's not a value anymore. But you need to be convicted in that, because if you see somebody telling you that they're working out and they're lifting weights every single day, you're not going to compare yourself, because you're like, that's not what I want. But if you're unsure about what you want, then that's where like comparison comes in. Like, should I be doing that? Get clear. What do you want? What is your ideal version of freedom with food? What is your ideal version of freedom with movement look like? What do you want for your life and your health? You get so clear on that, and then you can start taking steps forward without comparison, without hesitation. You know what you want. You've got the vision, and you're like, let's freaking go. When somebody else tells you that they're focusing on XYZ thing, and you're like, great, I'm over here. I've got my vision. I know where I'm going. You know what you want. So be convicted in that and get so clear on that. Maybe you can even take some time today or this weekend and get so clear on that vision. Okay, I know I want a binge-free life, but like, what does that actually look like? What do I value? What do I value? What matters to me? Because it actually does not matter about anyone else. What matters is what you want. And what matters is you are living your life the way you want to live it. Right? You want to feel good. You want to be doing things that make you happy. What actually is going to make you happy? A binge-free life is coming. You're on your way. You're going to get there. But like, How do you want to feel as you're getting there? What does that look like for you? What does your binge-free life look like? You get to craft this, you guys. You get to craft this. It's not, this is what it's supposed to look like. You can craft what matters to you. If your health really matters, you can still prioritize that. If still getting in the gym every day matters to you, you can still prioritize that. If eating organic food is a priority for you, you can prioritize that. Nobody says if you want food freedom, it has to look this way. I still prioritize high quality food, organic food, grass-fed meat, like high quality food. That's a priority to me. But if you see other people food freedom and they don't want that, that's okay. What do you want? So get so excited, you guys, because anything that you want, you can have. Anything that you want, you can have. If you still want to be in the gym every day, you can do that. If you want to go to the gym one time per week and spend so much time with your family, you can do that. If you want to travel across the world and like eat all delicious food and not have to worry about that, you can do that. Get excited. Drop some party emojis. Give me some hearts in the comments if you're getting pumped up and you're like, I'm excited. There isn't like this one size fits all. Like, ooh, I get to craft it the way that I want to craft it. How exciting. How exciting, you guys. Whatever is of value to you, you don't have to lower your standards. You don't have to throw your health out the window. You don't have to spend hours in the gym if that's not a priority for you. You get to craft your own version. So you can have whatever you desire. Stay in your own lane. Don't get trapped in comparison. Stay in your own lane. And I promise you, not only will you get to this freedom that you're desiring so much faster, but you'll be happier along the way because you're not forcing yourself to do things that aren't a priority for you. Stay in your own lane. All right, you guys. This was today's episode of TN Teachings. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I wanted to share before I pop off, next week on Monday, my 21-day food freedom challenge is starting. So if you are looking for a step-by-step game plan, you want to craft your own version of food freedom, you want customized, personalized coaching to improve your relationship with food, break free from yo-yo dieting, this would be an incredible program to join. It's 3 weeks of personalized coaching with me. We're going to work through intuitive eating, urges to binge, nighttime eating, stopping when you're full, getting back into with your hunger and fullness cues. All of these things we're going to be able to work through, and it's customized to you. I've had some clients that I've worked with that have PCOS and IBS and other health issues, and they're like, how do I navigate freedom while still needing to be mindful of certain foods? Or I still want to be able to prioritize health and fitness, but I know that I need to heal my relationship with food. How do I do this? So I will be able to help you work through this. 3 weeks personalized coaching with me. It's going to be incredible. You can message me freedom. There's 2 spots left before the price goes up and we start on Monday. Okay. You're welcome, Nadia. If you are in the membership, you get a special rate, like an insane special rate. So you can message me. If you're not in the membership and you want to join, you can message me freedom and I'll send you all the details. We start on Monday. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. Happy freaking Friday. I love you guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.